It's looking strong.
All right, little Bitcoin PayPal action. Bitcoin over PayPal. I don't know, man. Do you think PayPal's greater than Bitcoin?
Is PayPal greater than Bitcoin? Definitely not.
Definitely with 1,000% no. All
Yeah.
right, Bitcoin overtakes PayPal on value transferred set sites on MasterCard. Ooh, man, Bitcoin just taking over one by one. All these things is just going to be smaller and smaller. Suggests the Bitcoin network could potentially match the dollar value to MasterCard's network as early as 2026 or as late as 2060. Wow, that's a pretty broad. That's a no,
That's
they didn't really narrow that down.
No, that's quite the prediction right there. It's coming sometime, but it is important to note this is value transferred, not actually transactions. So we know there's a much bigger, multi-million dollar transactions that happen on Bitcoin. So that's basically was the news over the weekend that this year Bitcoin has transferred more value than PayPal. Basically, more dollars have changed hands over the Bitcoin network
Yeah.
than the PayPal network.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, especially if you're two rogue nation states and you're selling
mhm,
some oil, you're not selling. It's a little bit more than the Starbucks $4.89 transaction.
correct.
It's going to be like closer to $489 million.
Right.
Yeah. So when might Bitcoin network process volumes like Mastercard and Visa points out that Bitcoin processed about half a trillion per quarter in 2021, which is greater than PayPal's 302 billion. In just 12 years of existence, Bitcoin does about 27% of Mastercard's basically their revenue per quarter, and 15% of Visa's 3.2 trillion.
Hmm.
Yeah, I didn't know Mastercard was even that high versus Visa. I would have said it was less than half, but yeah, a little bit more than half right there. So if Bitcoin were to increase its value transferred per transaction today by 260%, it'd be processing equivalent volume to MasterCard on a daily basis. That means probably about 400% to reach Visa. Trend could change in the future, but a rise to a quarter million at the current volume would bring it to match MasterCard. This price action might potentially more likely than an uptick in volume, according to some analysts. I mean, quarter million's a little hopeful, but I mean, I think on a long enough time scale, it definitely will happen. Ultimately, claims that this is unlikely for Bitcoin's price to rise that level to reach MasterCard. One considers the average yearly Bitcoin price, it would take until 2060. Okay, so that's where they got the 2060 metric. Spoiler alert, block data nerds. Bitcoin price is going to go up before 2060. I'd be willing to bet a lot on that one. So it's impressive how Bitcoin is 27% of the way in terms of volume processed compared to Mastercard, company founded in 1966. So yeah, Bitcoin, it doesn't take long to catch up. That's what technology's doing. These legacy systems, it took decades to get where they're going. You even think of Google, how long it took Google to get to where they're going. And you think of Netflix, how long their growth was when they were doing DVDs. But the second they essentially went all digital, that's when you saw that explosive growth. Amazon, I mean, they're selling books for a while, then all of a sudden, boom, it was bigger than Walmart, and then they never even looked back. So with tech, with basically leverage without trying to, yeah, it's just leverage. It's just the power of leverage,
Well,
code, data,
it's network effects as well.
network effects. Yeah, the
Yeah.
leverage of the network. So yeah, I mean, it's huge. And on the Bitcoin note here,